My wedding florist kept my $950 but ended up owing us $2,000. Welcome back to Reddit Court Files, where we pull real stories from Reddit and put them on trial. Today's case comes from r small claims. Quick note, nothing in this video is legal advice. We're storytellers, not lawyers. Now, let's get into it. Weddings are supposed to be magical, a day when dreams come true. But for one Redditor, their dream day was tainted by a florist who seemingly saw their vision as merely a suggestion, not a promise. This is the story of a wedding day disaster and the fight to hold a vendor accountable. Our storyteller, about to embark on their happily ever after, had meticulously planned their special day, including hiring a florist for $915. The contract, while vague, outlined the essentials: a bridal bouquet, reception table arrangements, cocktail table arrangements, a bar arrangement, bulk flowers, and a travel fee. Later, 4 small additional arrangements were added. In their initial messages, our Redditor clearly specified their desire for 6 to 8 white roses or hydrangeas, total across 4 vases of varying heights for each reception table. To leave no room for doubt, inspiration photos were sent, depicting a beautiful, full white bridal bouquet. They believed they had done everything right, that their vision was clear. But when the big day arrived, what they received was a jarring departure from their expectations, a stark, wilted reality that looked nothing like the promise. The disappointment started with the reception centerpieces. Not a single table met the agreed-upon minimum of 6 to 8 florals. Photos later proved just how sparse they were. And the color? Instead of the crisp white explicitly asked for and referenced in the contract, the flowers were a dull cream or yellow. Even the bridal bouquet, the centerpiece of the bride's ensemble, was smaller than expected, the wrong color, and most frustratingly, already wilted. It bore no resemblance to the vibrant inspiration photos provided. What made this even more galling was the fact that the florist had been given the vases a full month before the wedding. Ample time, one would think, to flag any concerns about quantity or whether the vision would work. But not a word was said. The issues were so blatant that on the day itself, the Redditor's day of coordinator and setup crew immediately raised concerns directly to the florist, pointing out the obvious lack of flowers to fill the centerpieces. The florist, however, waved them off, assuring everyone she had more and would fill the gaps. She didn't. The wedding went on, but the visual centerpiece of the celebration, the floral arrangements, were a glaring testament to a job poorly done. After the wedding, our Redditor reached out, seeking an explanation and a resolution. The florist's response was, to put it mildly, less than accommodating. She immediately disputed the quantity issue, citing the intake form which did say 6 to 8 total, yet conveniently ignored the glaring photographic evidence showing not a single table came close. She then pivoted to blame, claiming a vase shortage was their fault, despite having held onto them for an entire month. The coordinator, who had tried to help remedy the situation on the day, was called dishonest. The florist did acknowledge the color issue, offering a vague promise to contact her supplier, but a direct apology was conspicuously absent. Instead, she dismissed our Redditor's very real concerns as a dog pile. After much back and forth, she grudgingly offered a mere 10% refund, which amounted to $91.50. Feeling cornered and exhausted, our Redditor accepted. Hoping for some closure, the florist promised to send the refund within 30 days. 31 days later, nothing had arrived. The final insult, the final broken promise, pushing our Redditor to ask, do I have a case? And the answer, based on the overwhelming evidence this Redditor compiled, appears to be a resounding yes. They possess a signed, albeit vague, contract. Crucially, they have original messages explicitly specifying white florals, directly contradicting what was delivered. They have a powerful visual arsenal, side-by-side comparisons of their inspiration photos versus the disappointing reality, and multiple photos clearly depicting the sparse, underfilled table arrangements. Proof, in the form of text messages, shows they provided the vases a full month early, undermining the florist's blame shifting. Beyond the physical evidence, they have eyewitness testimony from their coordinator and setup crew, who can corroborate the florist's assurances and subsequent failure to deliver. Furthermore, they have a trove of text messages documenting the entire dissatisfying exchange, where the florist consistently refused to take responsibility. Even the payment method, Zelle, becomes a point of contention, as the florist's own contract stated Venmo, an acceptance of payment outside her own stated terms. This mountain of evidence paints a clear picture of breach of contract and deceptive practices. Turns out, detailed documentation and unwavering persistence are your best allies when a vendor fails to deliver on their promises. That's the verdict on today's case. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was justice served? Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a filing.